Hey guys, good morning. It's Coach Scott. A little bit late today, I admit. It is 6 a.m. A 6 a.m. ride going off right now. Looks like it's just me and Tabby. Good to see Tabby, actually. Congratulations on your 40-mile ride yesterday. That was crazy. Yeah, I know. I missed 5 o'clock. Kind of upset about it. Gotta get these legs in the motion here. I'm not giving up on this 5 a.m. ride. I'm not. A little upset at myself today for not getting up. I'm kind of not even sure what happened. Had a nice little streak going, you know? Streak going, you know? Alright, here we are. Just the two of us, Tabby. Seems like a common theme for these 6 o'clock rides. I have no access to the YouTube chat right now, just so you know. I did run 3 miles last night and late last night. I kind of had to make a call whether or not I wanted to do it. And I decided that I should because I hadn't run in a couple days, so I still set the alarm early and expected to be here. Come on, legs. Come on. Oh, man. Alright. So we do have Thursday night ride tonight. We're going to be trying to do that for the first time in about a month and a half. That feels good. Feels good to get it back. Of course, I'll be in Iowa the following Thursday. So for a second, I kind of thought about maybe just waiting a couple weeks to bring it back. But I couldn't do that. I wanted to bring it back as soon as possible. So we'll bring it back Thursday. If anything, maybe we'll do a trivia ride on Wednesday night or something. Got some new hardware coming in next week too, maybe 2 weeks. Hopefully make all this stuff a little more reliable. I got nothing to say today. I think it's just I just rolled out of bed. My dog actually got me up this morning. I think I would still be asleep if it wasn't for him. He hasn't been doing so hot lately. He can't stand up on his own. So he starts pawing at the floor and crying. It's really sad. He's 13 and a half. But he wakes me up, so I have to go down and pick him up and take him outside. And I probably, if it wasn't for him, I'd still be sleeping. I feel like I'm pushing like 170 watts right now. Just getting up, the legs moving. It's kind of like the mantra for the week. Get this up and going. Use this week just to get used to getting up, getting the legs pumping. Is today the day I get to level 41? Maybe. Pretty darn close. Tabby's chat's not working, so we're on Messenger, and I can't see the YouTube chat, so what's the use? But we're here, getting it done. I think I saw that Ron was up early too. Good job, Ron. Ron's 4 for 4 this week. get up this hill. Come on. Come on. I know, I'm not even really pushing that many watts, but it feels worse than it is, let me tell you. Angela Lee? I think I know Angela Lee. Rode how many miles yesterday? 90? Wow. Wow, that's a long ride. Someone did a century recently too. Marcy? I think Marcy. I think we'll be seeing Marcy at the trivia ride tonight. I hope we get people coming back. It's been a long time. I got the questions right here. I downloaded all the pictures yesterday from the Ordinary Marathon. That was a task. My God. It took me about 3 hours. Over 500 pictures. Normally I'm kind of like trying to find other pictures to add. Like, I don't have enough. I think this year I'm going to have to cut a lot of them. I'll be starting to make that slideshow in the next couple weeks and get that back out. It's a good course. I like this course. It's like, the hills aren't too bad, but there is some resistance there from time to time. Gonna be recording a podcast today at 3 o'clock with Denny Cray. That should be out hopefully tomorrow, if not Saturday. Trying to bring more guests on the podcast. If you got any people, anyone out there, if you got any people think I should interview, let me know. Yeah, I'm trying to think about who to bring on. I mean, Denny's a no-brainer. I owed Denny for a while. He had me on the podcast, on his podcast a while ago. I love having Denny on. And who else? I don't know. I feel like we had a couple people potentially lined up that we never got to a while back. So maybe I can look up some of those names. Alright, 20 minutes through. I'm definitely taking this ride light. This ride has been... This is just a spin the pedals thing for me. It's this is interesting. It's interesting that, right, like we're 4 days in, and yeah, I ran last night, and I think it's always the running. The running will bog me down like crazy. But this ride so far for me it's felt like the hardest one of the week, and and the numbers, the resistance certainly have been the lightest of the week. It's just fatigue. So, I think the idea here is to kind of make this sort of a recovery ride. Leave it here, leave the watts here. Don't be upset about it. What you don't want to do is just over fatigue. Yeah, our Iron Cowboy did. He was supposed to do 100 ordinary long form triathlons. We're not allowed to say the other word. And then he went and did 101. He did a bonus one, a victory lap. Good for him, man. Good for him. That's got to be mentally tough. Although the 101, I kind of felt like he woke up that morning and he thought, what do I do with myself now? So used to getting up in the morning and going and doing a big triathlon. He went and did another one. Of course, he had the shirt printed out, so it was planned, but still. I'd love to have him back on. I don't know if he'll come back on. He's hard to get. But I think he enjoyed our podcast when we had him on. So maybe I can, maybe I could wrangle the cowboy back in. We'll see. I was talking to someone earlier this week about it, actually, and trying to think of something equivalent or some way to try to beat that. And the only thing that came to mind was, what if you tried to do a 100 times Ironman? Sorry, I can't say that word. 100 times ordinary long form triathlon. Good loop there. But instead of doing it the way he does it, every day, you did all the swimming, followed by all the cycling, followed by all the running. And see how many days it would take you. Could you do it in under 100 days? Then I started doing the math. And the answer was hell no. Hell no. I mean, I think the problem would be kind of like towards the end. You got to run like, 50 miles a day for multiple days in a row. So yeah, that would have been, what is it, 2.4 miles, so 242 miles swimming, 11,200 miles biking, and 2,620 miles running. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. He did it. So, not in that order, but he did it. We were trying to think of interesting angles, interesting ways to kind of take on that challenge now that the gauntlet's been thrown down. And clearly it's not something that I'm looking to do. But someone, clearly, but someone else who maybe like Ron? I know, Ron has got a job. He's got to keep that thing. I'm choking. That's not good. Yeah, I don't think, you know what's key? I'll tell you what's key. And I tell you, I'm realizing it because I'm almost done with this water. I'm only halfway done with the ride. Is that I did not hydrate well enough after running last night. And I feel like common theme to issues like today, really underperforming. You know, I'm treating it like a recovery ride, but there's a reason. It's because I'm fatigued. But fatigue, the inability to get up on time, hydration, you know, especially when doing a late night workout. I think I ran from I started running after 9 o'clock. It's not on Strava, by the way. My my run pod isn't connecting. So all I did was run on the treadmill. I got a new Garmin coming soon, either today or tomorrow. Once I get that, in the worst case scenario, I can actually just put it on treadmill mode and capture some data. Even though I don't like the treadmill mode on the Garmin, I feel like there's no possible way it could be accurate. Alright, a little more than halfway done here. Of course, Tabby's on an hour and a half already. I am so close to level 41. Come on. It would be nice to hit level 41 on the trivia ride tonight too, though. I probably won't even see it, that's the problem. I'm so busy looking at the questions. We got spiders crawling down the wall. I see them across there. There's 2 of them. I guess even they want to come in from the heat. Man, that's a big sucker too. I don't think I can get him. I don't think I had enough oomph on that. I don't think I had enough velocity on that towel to take him out. I just knocked him over though. One of my fears is I'm going to look over a live stream one day. I'm just going to see like a big spider coming down on my head. I did not, by the way, update on the story yesterday. Stephanie called the what is it, the conservatory people, the conservationists, and got a whole lot of info on the bat up in our cedar closet. And so basically what they said was that, you know, the bat will bite you, but they have sharp teeth, but the teeth are little. So if you just wear gloves, you're not going to get bit. Okay. Got it. Lady's like, I handle bats every day. Okay. She's like, I've never been bit. All right, that got me a little more courageous. So I threw a sweatshirt on and gloves on. Had a flashlight. I looked in every corner of that closet, and it's dark in there. Nothing. Couldn't find that sucker. And then she said, oh, well, did you go through all your clothes? And I'm like, come on. That thing's gonna like bury itself in my clothes? And she said it might. So I went back in. We have a few like hanging racks of clothes. Went through those. I didn't see them. Went through my workout clothes that I keep in there. I didn't see them. And the thing is there's just tons of boxes in there. They're all sealed. It's not like he's in the boxes. But there are certain parts of that closet that I can't reach. I can't get to without taking everything out. And so I just didn't see him. I spent a good amount of time in there looking for him. Couldn't find him. We had to take our cat in for a rabies booster, just in case. I don't think he got bit. I mean, if the bat can't bite through a glove, he's a pretty fuzzy cat. He's pretty, you know. I just don't think he's. I don't think he's getting any skin puncture anyway. So they told us that he shouldn't go outside for 40 days. We keep him indoors anyway. My mother-in-law comes up and she lets the cat out. She lets the cat outside. He likes it outside, but we don't like him going outside. We're afraid he'll just leave. We're definitely afraid of the traffic out here too. I see you, Wendy. Wendy giving us the ride on. She just earned herself an invitation to the 6 a.m. ride. I know you're awake. I'm just reading your messages now, Tabby. Yeah, they do that. That's right. I'm not even really paying attention to the KOMs. So the level, you see where, for me, if you're looking at my screen, see where it says 7 miles an hour? And underneath it, there's that little orange thing, little orange tab with the little picture of a bike, and it says 41. So as you ride and as you hit every mile, it gives you experience points. You see those? We just went over one, so I probably missed it. But every time the mile clicks over, I forget how many experience points you get, like 30. It pops up on the right side. If you ever see that screen, it just goes like plus 30. So every level takes, in the beginning, it's very easy to level up. So you go from like 1 to 5, like in 5 rides, not even. It's like you're always leveling up and you feel like, oh, it's going to be great. But it starts getting harder and harder to level. There you go, I got it. How did I just get that? I got it, but it's not reflecting. Or is it reflecting? 41. I got it. So it only goes to level 50. So if you see people out there that are level 50, it means they spent a lot of time on Zwift. Because I spent a lot of time on Zwift. And I still got a long way to go. It's harder and harder. So you see that gray line, Tabby, above the 41? That is your progress line. So before it was all orange, except for a little teeny bit at the end. Getting the Tron bike is all about elevation and climbing. And if you want, we can do some, especially when we start doing workouts, we can do some more rides with elevation. It's kind of like, so doing like a regular ride with elevation is double-edged sword, because you don't get as many miles, right? Because you're going uphill. You're putting more effort and going slower. So you get less miles per effort. So if you're just on a free ride and you're climbing, you're earning those experience points less and less, like at a less and less clip, less efficient clip, let's say. But if you do a workout, workouts are different. Workouts don't give you experience points per mile. They give you the experience points per block. So if you're doing like your warm-up block for 10 minutes, after that 10 minutes, it will give you experience points towards leveling up. See, I said plus 30 XP. So I hit 13 miles. So the trick is, when you're doing a workout, you overlay the workout over a climb, and that way you're exerting the effort of the workout and earning the experience of the workout, but you're also earning the elevation towards the Tron bike. And once you get the Tron bike, it doesn't really matter. But we played that game for, I don't know, probably the better part of 4 or 5 months for Ron and for Romans to get the bike. You certainly don't need me to tell you to do a workout either if you want to do more climbs. I always pick flat routes, especially when I'm just going to free ride, because I don't want to kill myself on the hills. This week was just, again, this week for me, just getting back into the swing of it, feeling the consistency. Even though I missed today's 5, I did make the 6, so I feel okay. I'm not going to feel guilty about it. Yeah, I'm hitting 50, Ron. I'm getting there. End of the year. Did it actually like say like you were just slower than you were a couple minutes ago. They usually just have the little thing on the side. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. It's not that much in your face. You know how to not get that message? Don't ride slower. I don't think we're going to get back to that KOM again, this ride. I think it's too far. I didn't even see it hit level 41. I just like blinked and it was 41. I think I was actually talking about it. Yeah, but I think for in the beginning when we first started this, Ron was still trying to get the Tron bike, and almost every day we would ride either Alpe Zwift or Mont Ventoux, the biggest climbs in the game, just so we could get those elevation numbers. And I hope, Tabby, that you know that once you climb Mount Everest, you're not done. So they have the Mount Everest Challenge. And so many people think that once you get to the top of Everest, so if you climb the elevation of Mount Everest, people think once you get there that you're done and you're going to get the Tron bike, but you're not. You're not. You got to go about another 100,000 feet of elevation, something ridiculous. All right, less than 15 minutes to go. I'm gonna start mentally looking forward to breakfast. It's an omelet day. It's an omelet day for us. I don't know if you heard that. That's my dog. That's my dog falling on his face. Yeah, I tell you, I have not done all the routes. Some of those long ones are really hard. You guys did that big, what was it, the giant pretzel or something that one day? You did it with Sidon? I don't even have that one. And they're much longer than that. I haven't done the Century. And I've ridden like 70 miles on this thing. And I did, you know what, there's a training plan on here called Your First Century. And when I first started on Zwift, I started that plan. You remember what I was telling you about with those, when you get experience points in training blocks? So you got to finish, you know, like the 10-minute warm-up, and you get points after the 10 minutes. So I started this plan, and I started getting into some of the longer rides. like 3-hour rides, and I wouldn't finish them. But I'd get like 2 hours and 15 minutes done of a 3-hour block. And then I would just hop off, and I had no idea what I was doing. But I cost myself so much experience points by doing stuff like that. Just getting off of the bike early in huge sets that literally would have earned me thousands of points. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? The point is that you're here riding the bike. The game is just the game. But knowing that I could be, maybe at like halfway through 41 right now if I would have just made it through those longer sets when I was young and stupid on Zwift. Yeah, the problem with the messenger chat is that it keeps turning itself off automatically. The bat is just still in there. We don't know where he went. I tell you what though, that cedar closet gets super hot. I'd be surprised if he survived. Either that or he found his way out. So the one thing that I think I found too, so the house is like, it's hard to explain. But like there's an A-frame over the garage and that's where the master bedroom is. In that A-frame, they cut off the wall so they put a door and they made that a cedar closet, which I think I said yesterday, as I explained, it sounds like really fancy. Cedar closet. Something that a realtor put in the description. But it's really just attic space. We try to make it nice in there. And there's shelves and stuff. It's pretty big space. But then it's like, so then it's a colonial too. So it has the main portion of the house. And the main portion of the house has an attic of its own. And I think that there might be a connection between the regular attic and the cedar closet somehow. And I'm wondering if that's how the bat got in. And I'm betting he got back out. Because I went through that closet. I went through that closet like crazy yesterday. In my sweatshirt, in the heat, in my gloves. And I didn't see anything. Alright, less than 10 minutes to go. I think starting Monday, I'm going to start inviting a whole lot of people to these rides. I have like a core group of people that I invite. It's not too long. It's maybe a dozen people, not even. But that's the way we built out the trivia ride. So we hope to build out this ride as well in the same way. We'll start doing that next week. No more cats. I tell you, that's one of the things, Tabby, that I wanted to do. I wanted to take my cat and put him back in a cedar closet because I feel like he'll be able to. He has better senses to find the bat. I don't want him to kill the bat. I just want him to locate the bat so I know where it is. But Stephanie loves the cat too much. Even though he got his booster, she won't let me put the cat into the closet. So anyway, today's plan is to go up into the attic, the actual attic, and have a look around there and see if there are any bats up there. I think I'm gonna find them. We've had some strange noises in the house, like scratching, and I thought it was mice, but maybe it's not. The scratching noises have stopped actually. We had them for like a couple of nights in like March. We'd be just laying in bed and all of a sudden you just hear scratch, scratch. From behind the wall too. It was like nothing that I could get at. The cat would like perk up his head, you know. Scratch, scratch. The cat would be like, ooh, where's that mouse? But they never made themselves, we never saw anything. No mice, no bats until last night or 2 nights ago. He was super tiny though, you know? Like really tiny. And if it wasn't like the middle of the night, I probably would have dealt with him then. I just never saw a bat before. I didn't know what to expect. And he was angry because the cat was going after him, you know? So give him some time to chill out. That's crazy. You just loan out the cat to clear out the mice? You clear out the mice, maybe. The bats, though, man. I don't know about that. The vet really they frightened us about the rabies. And granted, now he's got a shot. He had a shot already. This was just a booster to make sure. He was kind of due anyway, soon. The problem with the cat too is the cat has allergies. What happens when he gets the allergies, if he eats something, because he's always into everything, if he eats something that he's allergic to, he gets like scabby skin. And it's usually on top of his head, but the other day he got one under his chin. And I felt it and I'm like, oh, it's just scabby skin from his allergy. And the vet saw it, and the vet thought it might have been a bat bite, and they got all nervous. But he had that days before we saw the bat. So I don't think it's a bat bite, I think it's the allergy. Alright, we're almost done here, Tabby. 2.5 minutes to go. Thanks for sticking around today. You've been a trooper all week. I haven't even done like a back-to-back ride. You've done all back-to-back rides. And yesterday, even taking it further. Hats off to you for this week. You win the week. But we'll be back tomorrow morning too. Hydrate up. Trivia ride tonight, 6:35 p.m. Anyone out there wants an invite, let me know. 90 seconds. And we're going to miss that KOM again. So I'm thinking, let's see, how about average watts? 110, if that. Calories burned, how about 430, that's my guess. "25 seconds. Looking forward to breakfast. And done. All right, 112 watts. That's really weak. I feel like I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued. 19.3 miles too. That's a lot of miles. That's probably all Tabby pulling me through. All right, here we go. Let's see. Calories. 387. Wow. Wow. That's like nothing. All right. Well, the good news is I got another ride today, later today. Nothing really planned intraday. Maybe I'll do some lifting or yoga or something if I have some time. But good to get this done. Baby's awake. And so, all right, I'm heading out. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 5 a.m. I will be up 5 a.m.